So, hello everyone, it's Shashank here, and what we discussed yet in the previous sessions are subqueries, right? So, subqueries, SQL subqueries like DDL commands, right? Create, alter, drop, truncate, rename, data manipulation languages, DML commands like insert, update, delete, merge, data retrieval languages like select statements, transaction control languages like commit, rollback, save point, data control language like grant and revoke, right? So we discuss every sub languages in very deep, right? So hope you done with the assignments, and if you have any doubts in the assignments which was shared by me the last night, so if you have any doubt you can free to reach me, right? So if you have any doubt, comment comment down in the comment sections of that particular video, or you can feel free to reach me through WhatsApp, right? So if I am assuming that you all did the project very well, right? So today what we are going to discuss is uh, operators, like, right? So operators in SQL. So operators is nothing but a way through which we are going to evaluate, right? So operators, like, there are four types of operators which supported in SQL, right? Like arithmetic operator. So arithmetic operator is the first operator which we are going to discuss, right? So arithmetic operator consists multiplication, divide, plus and minus, right? So these things which we are going to discuss today, right? There are three more types, like relational operators, uh, logical operators, and special operators, which we'll discuss in the upcoming, after discussing arithmetic operators, we will discuss about relational, logical, and specials, right? So let me open my SQL first. So right, I have to connect with my databases, right? So I am connected with it. So it's very weird, and so in previous video I already told you what to do in this case, right? Now it works very fine, I think, right? So it's very systematic arrangement. Line consists a huge number of data and it will retrieve, right? So I just want to add the salary. I want my employees. So these are the employee name, right? So this is the employee name, and what I want is, I want every salary to increment by 200 rupees, right? So suppose I want to display the name of the employee with their salary, and I want to add 200 rupees in each salary, right, from EMP. So if you see, the salary of the Smith is 800, now it becomes 1000, right? The salary of Alan is 1600. So after adding 200, it will be 1800. Similarly, we return it for, right. So similarly, all the 14 rows will be executed, right? So what we learned is here. So we will understand how to use plus, right? Similarly, minus we can apply, and similarly multiply we can apply, similarly divided we apply, right? So I am leaving this operation up to you only, so you can easily just go to this statement on again. And if you want to multiply the salary by 2, right, if suppose you want to double their salary, so right, so whenever you are going to like this, so the salary of the Smith is 800, then after that 800 it will be 1600, right? Multiply by 2. Similarly, these are the arithmetic operators which you are very familiar about it, right? So I won't waste much time to discuss these things, right? After arithmetic operators, I want to explain you relational operators, right? So relational operator is an operator which is used to compare, right? So you can say that this relation operator is also known as comparison operator. Comparison, right? So comparison operators you can also like, so is equals to, less than, greater than, less than equals to, greater than equals to, this type of things, these types of symbols whenever we are using. Suppose I just want to retrieve the data, right? So again just display the table, right? I don't want any further changes, right? So this is the table. I want the name of the employee whose salary is always greater than 1000, right? So how can I do this? So select asterisk from emp. I just want to retrieve the name, comma sal from emp table who. So here you have to specify the condition, and condition is always used in where statement. So where salary is greater than 1000, right? So whenever you click enter, all the employees who are having the salary greater than 1000, they are retrieved. Like, so the Smith, so the line is Smith can't retrieve, right? Because the salary is 800. The Ellen is retrieved, Ward is retrieved, Johns is retrieved, Martin is retrieved, Black is retrieved, Clerk. Similarly, 950. This one, James is not retrieved, right? So you can see that this is the result. So there is no name called as James, right? So did you understand what I teach you? But there is one more thing. Just give me time, right? So suppose I just want to clear the screen, right? So just remember all these things, right? So what I discussed is equals to, less than, greater than, less than equals to, greater than equals to, and one very very important concept, not equals to. You can represent not equals to like this also, and you can represent not equals to like this also. In industry level, 90% people are used like this only, but in college no one is going to teach you this, that you have to deal the not equals to sign with like this, right? So try to be in practice with this symbol, right? So suppose I want to retrieve the salary of that employee whose the salary is not equals to 3000, right? So here Scott and Ford both salary is not 3000, right? So I just want to retrieve, select asterisk, select ename comma salary from emp table, right? So from emp table whose where condition is there, where salary is not equals to 3000, right? So did you understand this symbol works? So here if you find the Ford and Scott name is not present in this data, right? Not equals to, or yeah exactly, this not equals to is not present here, right? So let me clear this. CLSCR is used to clear the screen, right? Suppose if you enter multiple tables, multiple data, and you want to is clear the screen, so use CLSCR to clear the screen, right? So after what we are discussing is select a stick from emp, and I want to retrieve the name of the employee with salary, where from emp table where salary is not equals to 3000, right? So here Scott and James name is not there, Scott and Ford name is not there, right? So Scott, sorry, not equals to, right? So Scott and Ford name is not in these data, right? So there is no name. So you can also use the operator like this, not equals to. not equals to. This will also return 12 rows, right? So this entire query returns the same thing, right? So you can implement using any of the, right? So suppose this is table, right? Emp. So this salary is monthly salary, and you want to retrieve the annual salary. So in this situation, what will you do is, just multiply by 12, because 1 year consists 12 months. So what I do is select emp ename comma sal into 12, and I want to create an alias name. So what is the concept of alias name? I'm going to discuss it. So whenever, just create this, right? So whenever you are going to write a- let me clear this, check this. So whenever after salary into 12, after this thing, if you are going to write, this is the operation part, right? This is the operation part. So after the operation part, if you want to write annual sal, so it will display, the column name is annual sal. Just see this here, annual sal, right? Annual sal, and from emp table. So did you understand what the concept behind it is? So emp sal, here the value is multiplied by 12, right? So here 800 into 12, 9600, 1600, that is multiplied by 12 is equals to 19200, right? Similarly, two things are performed simultaneously. One thing is the we will calculate the annual salary. Another one is we assign the column name as, through alias name we can assign the column name, right? So this is the most beautiful concept behind annual salary, right? So moving toward the next point, I think you understand the concept behind the things, that logical operators. Okay, so we are going to learn about logical operators. So logical operators is all about the things which we discussed, right? Logical operators is the operators where and, or, and not is used, right? These are the things, right? Just clear, just red mark this. So these are the three terms which we learn through this. Suppose I want to retrieve the, so suppose, let me clear the screen. Select static from emp. I want to retrieve the data whose, so let me write a query. I want to retrieve the data. So just check it out. I just want to retrieve the data whose, whose who is a clerk, right? Who is clerk, and having salary more than 1,000 rupees, right? Whose designation is clerk and salary is greater than 1,000. So we have to write these in a separate statements, and we have to write this thing in a separate statement, and we have to connect both of them. We want both the statement to execute parallelly. So in this situation, suppose select stick from emp where job is equals to clerk, clerk, and salary is equals to 1,000. So it will fetch all the record, right? But it's not fetching right now because the clerk, So the job is in capital letter, right? So sorry. Mm, yeah, well, let me write it once again. Select a stick from EMP where job is equals to CLERK and cell is equals to cell is greater than equals, sorry, right, because there is no data like this. So from this statement what I retrieved is the job title having clerk and the salary is greater than 1000. So this is what we are getting, right? So the things which we are get through this statement is we will retrieve the data from two different conditions and we will concatenate both the conditions through AND operator. Suppose I want to retrieve the data whose salary is 1000, right? Is there any data who is having salary, right? So I want to retrieve the data only whose salary is 800, very very less salary, otherwise whose salary is 5000, right? King. So just write the query, select asterisk from EMP where the salary is equals to 800 or the salary is equals to 5000. So what did you think the answer should be? Just pause the video for a 1 minute, couple of minutes, and guess the answer. What will be the output of that this query, right? So did you think or operator is used either this query is executed or this query is executed? So suppose there is no data which is of 850, right? So I'm going to write the same query but I will like this. So the output should be only king statements, right? So the employee name is king because if we use AND command here, so what is the me? So just tell, right? Just so in AND statements, if both the condition is true, then only the output is true, right? So let me discuss you. So suppose this is x, this is y, and this is your output part, right? So suppose 0011 01 01. So if both are true, then end statement says if both are true, then true, otherwise false. So in this situation, both statements have to be true, right? That's the only thing that the end is going to be execute, right? Otherwise there is no other techniques through which we are going to fetch the data, right? So in or statements, let me clear this, let me clear this thing. Yeah, right. So if we are talking about or statements, right? So if we are talking about or statements, if anyone is true, then true. So this is 0. So anyone is true, like one true, anyone is true like true, and anyone is true like true. So any one of the statement is true, then it will execute, right? So it's very 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 used to, we are very very used to about this topic, right? So now we are talking about special type of operators, right? So we will cover like all the operators, right? And now we are proceeding to, right, special. So what is special type of operators, right? So whenever we use in, right, not in, between, between, right, full, right, okay, between, not between, right? So is null, is not null. And one more thing, like, right? So just wait for a minute. Okay, fine. Just let me delete this because mm, so okay, don't worry about the things. So there is one more thing, like and unlike, right? Like and not like. So not like, right? Not like. So we will discuss these things, how really actually these things are, right? So don't much worry about it. So suppose we are going to use in operator, right? So whenever we want to retrieve the data from suppose let me consider a query, it will better to understand. Suppose you want to retrieve the data where department number is 10 or 20, right? So just understand this. Select asterisk from emp where column name, let is dptno in. Here you can write 10 comma 20. So did you understand what happens? It will fetch two different bo- it will fetch for 20 also, it will fetch 20 also. So both the things are fetched sequentially, right? Similarly, I am going to apply not in, right? It means not 20, not 10. So it will fetch for 30, right? So can we write one more statement? Suppose between department number between 10 to 30. So it's not working between operator, right? Why it is not working? Oh, so 10 comma 20 department number is between is not working. Let us understand the beauty of this concept, why this is not working. Whenever we are going to use between operator, there should be an specified ranges are there, right? If you are going to work with this situation, there is only term between 10 and 30, that is 20, and you are going to apply that for that particular value, right? So there is in compare to between, you are going to apply in operators in these situations, right? So you are not able to apply the between concept here, right? So let me clear. So in this situation, you are only able to apply the select state from emp where in operator or between operator in 10 and 20 and 30. You, if you have a specified range, you can apply for this. Select a state from where department number in where dptn where dptno in. So it will fetch all the data, right? So until this, we covered all the special types of operator, right? So now we are going to proceed towards the very most important topic, right? What the important topic is? Suppose let us understand the keyword between also, right? So write a query to display the employee who are getting salary between 1000 to 5000, right? So this will be the query, right? So how you are going to do this? suppose suppose select asterisk from emp, who where salary is equals to salary is greater than 1000 and salary is less than 3000, right. So it will return, but we already understand where to use between. So in same query, you are going to apply between operator. So where salary between 10,000 to 3,000, 1,000 to 3,000. Did you understand where to use greater than less than style, where to use between, right? So these things makes you clear. Suppose what the query which we are going to discuss here, did you understand why this query didn't work? Because you specified the range in the parameter list. I don't want to write this. So just suppose same query we are going to, so between 10 and 30, right? So 10, 20, 30 already good. Suppose I want to retrieve from 20, so 10, 20 retrieve, right? So suppose 10, not between, just use not between, so only 30 will retrieve, right? So where to use between, where not to use between, where to use in, where to use not in, right? Where to use greater than, between, less than, equals to, if there is a condition something related to where greater than and less than both are signed, are considered, so please don't do such type of things, right? So just go through the logics what I discussed in this session, right? So the next and very important topic is based on like operators, right? So if you are aware about like is a very important topic, right? So I'm going to give you the assignment based on the operators which we are discussing in this session. Hope you covered this all the things which we are discuss in these all the four types and their implementation, where to use what, and try to optimize the solution, right? So after this I'm going to teach you in the next lecture by like operator. So keep watching, like the channel, subscribe it, and keep in touch and stay safe, right? So hope you enjoy the session. Bye.